Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afker, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of your divine uniqueness. Yeah, happy to connect with you again, whether on the live call now or later on the replay. And also very excited that Donna Hill is back on the show. So now I think most of you know her, like she's been joining us every season, and yeah, every time like we go deeper into different subjects that like really help us to connect to our truth, to connect to our gifts, and how we do that like more comfortably, more gracefully, to be able to bring that into our physical reality. Because in that process, many times like our old traumas and energies, like intense energies we are dealing with, can make that process challenging. And we need someone who can really bring clarity about that that journey, or that like the fact that we feel more vulnerable, more comfortable in showing our light. And yeah, so for those of you who are new to Donna, she is a soul reader, angelic channel, practitioner of light and sound healing, divine wisdom code activator. And the subject today is finding and following your calling. So we'll be discussing that, and also um, toward the end of the call, we'll have like the second part will be a Q&A where you can ask your questions and receive mini healings. And also Donna will, after the discussion, we'll be sharing about the last, like the remaining 3 months of this year, 2024, and facilitates an empowering group process for the group. So yeah, so just a reminder about the Q&A. If you want to talk to Donna on Zoom, you can raise your hand by pressing reactions, then raise hand. And also you can type your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. And yeah, so with that, Donna, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us.
Oh, thank you, Monsef. Always a pleasure to be with you and everyone and sharing the heart field. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very interesting. Interesting times.
yeah, it is. Um, yeah, so really excited about the subject, because it's something like we feel within that if we are not already like sharing what we love, we want really, there's this deep desire that we want to step into that. Or maybe we want to express ourselves in a new way, or expand what we are already creating. So maybe my first question is, why this subject in this time specifically?
Yes. So, so we are now 3 months left in 2024, and I'm doing this talk again. I've been doing it a few times already. We really, so when I say we, it's the collective. So in essence, there is only one of us here. So all of us are saying this. We would like you to step into your calling, into the thing that brings you the most joy, to bring your gifts to the world. This is the most honoring way that we can be present to ourselves and our own evolution, and also to help others. So it's very, yeah, they say it's this divine expression, and somehow we've forgotten that in all the other things going on. I wanted to touch base a little bit. Um, so my guides have asked me to be very authentic. If you are from North America, there was a couple of tornado or hurricanes that went through Florida and into the Carolinas, and so if folks are feeling a little tired, I woke up feeling quite tired. I was actually on the inner. So yeah, there's a lot of sadness in the field right now about this. I was helping folks on the inner. There's people stranded in these little mountain villages with no water, no electricity, and in some ways no way to get out. So the rescue mission is in progress. So we're sort of at this time clearing for the collective as well, this deep sadness. So what's happening for the end of 2024 is Earth events, things are speeding up in a big way. And so if you were looking to, like one of my callings is to help. And every one of us, because we're here, breathing in and out on the planet, we're helping in some way. And so we may feel that, you know, I'm not in the zone, I'm not doing the thing I came here to do. You are, you absolutely are. Because if we can hold compassion for these events that have, you know, destroyed some people's lives, their homes, if we can hold compassion for them and to join with them in spirit, this love and compassion that we show toward them, and anyone going through hardship is what we're here to do, really. It's about being kind, being loving, that kind of thing. Yeah. So because of this, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this because of the earth changes. So in 2018, I believe, there was a huge earthquake in Nepal. And I'm reminded of that. So the Earth Mother is shifting and ascending. And I was working with one client, and we were connecting into the great central sun and through the sun's, our local sun star, and then through all our chakras coming into our bodies and then down into the earth. And this is just since, so August 8th, just since Lionsgate, these changes have happened. The earth has ascended. Her vibration is much higher. And we were connecting in, it was light. It was light. So what happens then is the earth has to eject these lower frequencies off of her. So I feel that the earth herself is shifting, right? So it's to hold compassion. And for some folks, you know, to have a bit of disaster preparedness. This is just very practical. Have about a week's worth of food and water, right? Have some cash on hand in case the electronic, you know, banking goes down, things like this. It's just really important right now to, yeah, I just wanted to address that a little bit right at the beginning here. And then we'll dedicate some love and light and the group healing processes as well to anyone having hardship, unexpected hardship, because this is now the nature of our path, is things can change on a dime. Some good things can happen that will just propel you forward in a really big way. So we also want to really prepare you and speak into that much more in this conversation. So yeah, so I'm blessed to be here to share with everyone, because we're all sharing our own personal wisdoms and our own keys and codes in our soul. And when we come together like this, then we can exchange and move forward, propel each other forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Donna, for
You're
starting
welcome.
with that. And yeah, because like following our calling and also purpose, many times we feel that because we see what is happening in the world, we want to help, we want to do something to change it. Sometimes when we feel able to take action, we do that. But when it's maybe difficult to take something like that, do something that is tangible, how do we approach that? And we feel like more like serving and being aligned with what we are here to offer.
Yeah. So the power is in the present moment. This is not a new idea. So everyone put your hand on your heart. So I honor each and every one of you. I honor me in this place. So how do we move forward? Prayer, calling in your soul family. This is really, I feel, a vital part of all of this. As we're coming together now, I had two people come to me on Facebook that we're now creating beautiful friendships together in collaboration, right? I never thought that could happen on Facebook, right? So it'll come through you, to you, through the channels that are right for you, for each and every one of us. So call in your soul team. So I invite, so we'll do this now as a kind of invocation. I invite all those who I've agreed to help in this lifetime. Where am I? Where I am right here and now. I invite them to come to be present with me, to connect. I invite all those folks that have agreed to help me this lifetime to enjoy as well, to enjoy and have fun and create, collaborate, but to share in the oneness as we're doing right now. So it's an invitation. So things don't come to us if we're not ready. We have to invite them, though. This, I think, is a really critical piece. So I am worthy of connecting with soul family. I'm excited to connect with soul family. Right? It brings me joy to connect, to be present with, to share ideas, to offer solutions. Right? It brings me joy. What's my next step on my journey? Show me, teach me in ways that I can understand, in ways that are absolutely right for me. So this is a prayer for each and every one of you. You can say this. I invite this for all of us right here, right now, and see what shows up. Right? See what shows up. It's very simple. Some of these ideas, it's my job as a way shower. So I'm not a way pusher. I'm not a way shover. I'm a way shower. Some of the most effective ways are very simple. Some of the most effective prayers I've ever said was help. Someone has to help me, right? Sometimes life throws a curveball. This is par for the course. So, and the power is in knowing, because I've gotten through so many very difficult challenges in my life. How did I do that? Because someone always showed up. Something always showed up in every instance, right? So we are in this beautiful field of intelligence that is, I love this quote, is conspiring to work in our favor, right? It's here to help us. So, and that's a big shift to understand that. So something like that. So shifting perception and inviting ideas, more guidance, more messages into our heart fields. So very simple. Yeah. It's a quiet day. So I was tuning into the group last night, and then I had a bit of trouble sleeping because information was coming through, and then, I was helping as well with the disaster. For today, it's to be gentle, and be very gentle with yourself. That in the subtlety, like in the roar of all the things going on, is very subtle information. So it's to get quiet and to listen and be present. Very simple.
Yeah. Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Donna.
You're welcome.
And yeah, so in the introduction, like you gave me for when we announced the call today, like you mentioned, part of it's about the three stages of our calling and how we, like the different stages that we move through personally in expressing that. Would you like to maybe to talk about that now, or
Yes,
okay?
sure.
Thank you.
So the three stages, it's really very simple. So the first stage is some kind of loss where we're willing to change direction. So in a loss could be a loss of job, different things. So when COVID has really shown us a lot of losses over and we're through that now. That's behind us. But there was a time when there was lots of losses for people. So it's important to be present and to allow that grief process to move through. So, and if you're been around the block a few dozen times, like I have, I'm now a senior. So I turned 65 last month. So this is, and it's an interesting sort of initiation. And so I've had a lot of losses. The interesting thing about this is we can move through it into a better place. So, because things will never be the same after COVID, so many things have changed, will never be the same. So it's coming to this place also of acceptance, and then looking to the future and going, now what? So the first stage is of course this loss or this sense of, this isn't working. The second, I like to call the gestation phase, which is, now what am I going to do? So collecting ideas, taking seminars, doing different things, learning new skills, right? So what am I going to do? I haven't said anything to anybody yet. And as an example, so for me, I do a lot of this kind of internal work before I start sharing with people. And there's some wisdom in that. It's not to say, oh, I'm going to create this big, massive, whatever it is that is your project, and share it with a lot of people before it's had time to really hatch out of that gestation phase, because many people don't get it. They don't get who you are. So share sparingly and allow that gestation phase to be very sacred. Hold it very sacred. Is I'm creating this from my love, from my heart, as my gift of offering to the world, right? It's to really hold this sacred. This is really important, because people, I don't think that you'd be much of a healer. I was told that. It's like, are you kidding me? Right? So I just share sparingly, hold it sacred. And then of course, the third phase is moving out into the world and starting to, um, you know, um, invite clients. If you're a healer, that's my example. That's the closest to home for me. Start working with people, starting to move it out into the world and talk about it and build that momentum up, right? So that people can come, invite your soul family in. I'll keep saying this because it's such a vital piece, and see who shows up, because it's often very sweet. It's like meeting again with old friends. Yeah, so 3 stages. I really feel, because I'm offering this again, along with the package, is some people who really feel stuck. So what's holding us back? And then there's different levels. We can talk about it. There's different levels where people feel stuck and how we can assist you in unsticking yourself as well. But for some people, it's not as easy to move forward. I had a lot of trauma in my life. It took me a long time to come forward, because I knew 30 years ago I was supposed to be a healer. I started about 2.5 years ago formally doing it. I was always a healer, would always help people, but now I'm doing it as a business. So I made that leap. So I can appreciate for people how difficult it can be, right? And that the timing has to be right, and you have to feel comfortable with that, right? So there's a big element of patience in this. So we honor and bless everyone who's ready to move forward, on their journey in some way, or invite in that beautiful, perfect relationship, right? There's different elements to finding your calling, very different elements to finding it, strengthening your family system so that you can all move forward in a more positive direction. Many different things, many different ways. So the question then is, for everyone here, is what is calling to your heart right now? What's calling your heart? What would you absolutely love to do? Absolutely love to do, because the answer's in the bliss. It was interesting. It's God or creator or source will meet us in our bliss field, right? What's our connection to bliss? That's where we meet God. And it could be through, sitting by a little stream in nature, listening to the wind. Doesn't have to be a big thing. So it's simple. Keep it simple, and be present. Yeah, so we honor each and every one of you and bless you in this. It feels like a lot. It's like I feel the energies in the group moving, and it's like people are putting their toe in the water. Oh, I'm not sure, and then they move back, right? Like, And it is a process of sort of testing the waters as well. It's really, it's such a sacred journey. It's so beautiful and so sacred that, that, you know, my job is really to create that place where you can just move more and more into your power, right? It is about that. We step into our power. And what does that feel like? It's not scary at all. It's not scary at all. So we invite you back into your hearts and to express in your power, in your power.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very inspiring. And you talked briefly about the like the situation like where we can feel stuck, and maybe I would like if we can go a little bit deeper on that. And you mentioned that it can be because of different reasons. For me, how I see it, it can be either like from fears or traumas that we are dealing with are coming to the surface, or that's like preventing us from taking the next step, or we don't have clarity about where we are going. And also sometimes like we are moving forward in our journey, but we are on a stage of our life when things like on a physical level are they feel like they are slowing down, but in fact like it's more the energetic aspect that is moving forward that we don't see anymore in the physical world. And like you said, it needs a lot of patience. So would you like to talk about those reasons, and maybe um, how can we address them?
Sure. So in all of my, I would say all of my sessions with people, we always end up in the genealogy, and we go as far back in the genealogy to where the certain situation started and clear it from there. So not just your childhood, not just granny's, you know, whatever happened with your parents. We go back right to the very first occurrence. So some of the things that are holding people back. So from a spiritual level, there's this betrayal and sense that God has abandoned us. So we'll clear this for everybody that has that in their field. How could you? This isn't right. You know, how could you allow this to happen? So, and I've had clients, this is also a very sacred, so we just, take a deep breath, everybody. There's some folks really clearing on this one, so we just want to give you a moment. Yeah. It's a sacred journey to have this understanding that God's on our side. And I had to come through this as well. Is understanding that in time space, there are certain laws that hold it together, that make it function. They are emanations from the divine source, but they are not directed by source. Right? So who are the directors then? And it has to do with how we've allowed things to happen in this lifetime or any other. It also has to do with the parents that we have in the genealogy, which can have a very huge effect. For example, one of the things that was going on that was actually quite a big issue for me at one point was actually something between my mom and her mom. And it just somehow was passed on to me. So this can happen. So we want to clear that as well. Want to get all of that out. So so for me it was in terms of God, because I was thinking back. So there is a source, God, creator. This is my understanding. This is my come from. And I was about 30 when I started to say, yep, it's got to be something going on, because there's a divine intelligence operating in my life that even though I go into crisis, that someone will come along and help, or something will open up, or some situation that looked really bad will shift, and it can turn on a dime. And we're in an ascension window now where things are moving really quite fast. So at a spiritual level, there's this betrayal. And this is a very sacred journey for people to take. So I can talk to people about it and share some experiences, but ultimately it's our own individual understanding of how life is really on our side. That's finally what I concluded at the end of it. How we can work within that. So at a spiritual level, it's betrayal and not trusting, and God is punishing, and some of that comes from religion, right? So then at the mental level, there's all these ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions, but thinkings, especially thinkings that are passed down, and they can come from past life too. I've seen some pretty interesting ones. I had a past life where it was spiritual to live in lack, and I had a very austere life. So, but it was, and I lived that whole lifetime with, it was a monastery sort of setting with very little money. It was just very, we had, there was no enjoyment. We took care of animals. That was probably the only enjoyment sort of thing. There was some community, but we were all suffering, and it was, so there's that end of it as well. So past life can really play a big role in that, as well as in illness, that kind of thing. So, and then of course what we learned in our family of origin, right? So a lot of that has to be undone. But my parents, all of what they learned was passed on trauma, basically, that they reenacted and came through the generations. We traced it back a lot of generations. I've done a lot of work on this. So genealogy, for me, working with people, I feel is the key, and we just go in and clear that out. And right now we're working from the ascension timeline. It's and so that's very, so then we can just collapse out these old timelines very quickly. Right. So you just get in there and you know what's going on. So I will say to go a little bit deeper again. So what are the beliefs that are holding some of this in place? So I call these injunctions. This is from very old training I had when I was training in the 80s. So the don'ts, the injunctions around don't speak, don't feel, don't trust, right? Don't, as in my parents didn't want me, so don't express, don't be, right? Some of these don'ts. So we're starting to unravel some of this with the group as well. It's all the don'ts. It's like, where did that idea come from, right? Well, that comes from it's like a conglomeration of all the experiences from this family of origin. That's where I traced it. And then it comes back. We go back into it more, but always, like if someone's just starting out, we work with the family of origin, but we clear back ancestrally as far as we can. Right. So let's see the don'ts. So beliefs, thoughts, feelings, behaviors, right? Those kinds of things. So yeah, that I hope that it answers your question a little bit more. I think you had a couple of questions in there. Can you maybe direct me a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, you touched on maybe the first part, like the belief systems or the fears, traumas that we have, either from like past experience.
So Monsef, I don't know if anyone else can hear you. I can't hear you right now.
Okay. Sorry, there was
Oh, there's a glitch. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I apologize.
I'm not sure what. Do you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
can hear you good. Yeah, can
Yeah,
hear
I
you
don't know what
fine.
was happening with the mic, but yeah, it was like turning off automatically. And so the other part of my question was about um like we feel stuck also when we are in a period of transformation, but it's happening like The first is the change is first happening energetically, and we need patience to go through that because we feel like just waiting for a long time and nothing happening on the physical level.
Hmm. Okay, so you
Yeah.
cut out a little bit. So waiting is actually a theme. We're going to clear this for as many people as we can, because how do we know if we're waiting because things are coming or if we're waiting because we're stuck? Right. So we want to bring some clarity into that for people. I went through a lot of waiting, and some of that comes from Atlantis. Right. So they actually asked the light workers. It was more of the light workers were told not to intervene with what was going on until they waited until it was too late. There's something around that. So we're going to space some light language into that, because people who are waiting and it's go time, and we need to clear you of that. We're going to help you with that. So big deep breath, everybody, and we want to bring everybody's energy up a little bit. So kulbige jean alaritige shikuku shukukue fo gogola tongage hombe kake shu shokuku shu kake ti shinkugu shungugue shukugue kupu Oma bare tidere ambere kiga dedikige ambere kiga ki shekugu ambere ki shekuge shangagu aledete aledete. So we're bringing in resources. So I know deep in who I am, I know what is my next step. I know it. So we're uncovering that so that you can move forward. I know what it is. We're activating your body energies, rebalancing, harmonizing, moving forward. So bringing in that energy for you to feel confident in your next step. And sometimes we have to just step forward even if we're scared, right? Just do it. Sometimes that's just true. Okay, so there, that's a lot better. Bringing in some lightness around all of this. The whole thing is to have some enjoyment, even if you don't feel that you're absolutely ready, right? So but waiting where we're stuck, we can clear that up. So I hope that answers your question, Monsef.
Yeah. It does. Thank you. And also at the same time, Maria shared on YouTube, like how long the stage 2 may last for an average person.
Oh, well, I don't know if there's any statistics around that. I'd have to talk to that person and work with her a little bit around that. Because sometimes it's one little piece that needs to fall into place.
Yes.
Sometimes, it just depends, but that one little piece could be the one that's going to open it all up. Right. So one of the things that I do is bring clarity into all of that. So if she can write or type, I'm not on YouTube. Maybe I can give her some insight into that. Or the other alternative is during the group process, we're going to hold that energy for you to move forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is like a delay between Zoom and maybe 20 seconds between Zoom and YouTube. So Ria, you can type on the chat box. And Kathleen, also on YouTube, she wrote, Donna, you teach me, remind me by your example, confidence and strength in your personal truth.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Aw. Yeah. That's the other part of all of this, is because I was thinking, of course, I've been very reminiscent since I'm now 65 years old, right? It's funny how I didn't think I'd want to talk about it when I got here. And it's actually it's a very beautiful sort of thing. But I was thinking about all the people that I worked with over the years, because I was an administrative assistant. And so often worked with large groups of people, 20, 30 people, sometimes a couple hundred, right? Depending on what I was doing. And I remember, people would come up to me and thank me and different things, and I wouldn't even remember them. So we don't know. It's just such a lovely feedback from YouTube, is we don't know how we're touching people. And We come back to this thing of, if you're breathing in and out on the planet, you're affecting change, and you're helping people. And I think that's the piece that we forget, because we don't see it. It's not obvious. It's not obvious. So, yeah, you are the blessing. All of us here, we're all the blessing. You know, we bring our presence into the world. That's what uplifts.
Yeah, exactly. And so do we take questions from the audience, or do you want to share more about the subjects?
Well, let's take questions. I always feel like the group really directs us in where we want to go. So yes, please.
All right. So everyone, again, so you can raise your hand by pressing reactions, then raise hand on Zoom, or by typing your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. And we have Pavi. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Such a lovely talk. I'm so sorry I joined in very late, so I didn't really got the chance to listen to the whole talk. But my question is regarding my calling. I know what is my calling, and I've been trying to follow my calling. My calling is to become a life coach and a healer, and I've been trying very hard for the past 7-8 years to get into coaching and start my healing business. But my problem is that I feel like I am getting trapped into feeling like I'm not ready yet. And I'm doing courses after courses, and also some of my patterns that is holding me back, my confidence, which is also a major hurdle in really getting me started as a coach. So my question really is, if I know my calling and I'm trying very hard to follow my calling and try to do the things that is related to my life purpose, but then I'm not able to. So I wonder if there is a divine, and if we are supported by our guardian angels and divine and whatnot. So why I'm not being guided and why I'm not being supported, and I feel so frustrated. And I do a lot of healing sessions with many great healers, but still feel like I'm stuck. I'm not moving forward. So I wonder, what is your take on this?
Yes. Well, thank you for all of that. So I am trying. Right? Trying. Right? So we want to clear. So one of the injunctions is try hard. Right? So I learned that way back, and I had try hards. So we try and try and try for a while and then we give up. But we're not happy with giving up either, so we try some more. So it's a cycle. It keeps going and going and going. It's like the ever ready bunny, right? So big deep breath, hand on your heart. Okay, so we want to, so I'm just going to trace what's try hard. What's try hard? Because that's the key. Okay, there it is. It's a knot. We're going to undo you the knot. So, and then there's this saying, more of what doesn't work is not the answer. Right? So if you've been working with lots of healers and you're still not getting there, it's, stop doing that, right? All right, so undo, unravel, clear. So who was jealous of you when you were growing up? First hit, what comes to mind?
Maybe my sisters. One of my sister. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, so jealousy, right? So I want to stay small, so no one around me, we don't know who it is either. It seems more like past life. This is very strong. No one around me should feel uncomfortable by my power, by my presence, by my brilliance. I stay small so that everyone else is comfortable. True?
Yeah.
It's true?
Not,
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this feeling in this lifetime. Maybe it is, but it's not
Okay.
that dominant that I can recognize and feel it. But I do get
Okay.
jealous. I used to get
Yeah.
jealous, not now, but I used to get a lot of,
Yeah.
have a lot of jealousy
Okay.
and envy when I see
Deep,
others
deep,
competing.
deep
And
breath,
yeah,
hon. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
yeah.
Right. So lots of cognitive, drop down into your heart. So we're going to clear that. It came up. We'll clear it. We'll clear it for everybody. Right. So I stay small so no one else is threatened by me. They're jealous of me. It's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
People won't like me if I'm powerful. Some other people might like you though. Right. So this is the shift. This is the shift we all need to take, is stepping onto that stage. I never would have dreamed 2 years ago that I would meet these amazing healers that are now my friends. I never would have dreamed that, because it couldn't have happened 2 years ago.
Right.
It's part of the process. So I'm willing to leave the past behind. There we go. Better.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody. Right. So that past life's very strong. There's other elements involved in all of that as well. So hold that as your question for the group process as well.
Okay.
Right.
Thank
So
you so
I'm
much.
willing to move forward. Right. And for everyone, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes. This
I have
really,
to
if
say
you
to
want to
myself,
have a breakthrough, yeah, for you and everyone, I'll do whatever it takes. Because if you, how bad do you want it? Do you want to stay comfortable and stuck and frustrated? Or do you want to move forward? I mean, ultimately, that's the question at the end of the day.
right.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And my other
You're
question
welcome.
is, if I
So sorry, I've Javi, because also we need to take questions from others.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
just wanted to know about your offer, but I guess you guys will be talking about it at the end of
Yeah.
the session,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
In a
will
little
Yeah.
bit.
talk about it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Javi, and also thank you, Donna, for the guidance. And
You're
we
welcome.
have a question from Catherine. She wrote, I feel something big is changing for me, but I don't know what it is. Do you have any guidance to access clarity?
How exciting.
Yeah.
What brings you joy? So if she's there, she can talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah,
What
Catherine, you
brings you
can
joy?
unmute yourself.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thank you,
Hi.
Donna. Thank you, Monsef. What brings me joy? My life is actually very joyful now, but it's almost like not an ominous feeling, but like a building feeling that a shift is coming, a change is coming. And that is a little unsettling. What brings me joy? I make paintings and cook and walk and help people in their homes. So very
Beautiful.
simple, but it feels like something bigger is coming, and I really am struggling to get a handle on it. I do meditate every day, and have a spiritual practice, and I almost feel like I feel itchy about something is coming. Anyway,
Okay.
any guidance you can offer would be lovely. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll speak some light language into that. Shombe beleri kugugwe yokuku shove on tanteteke totakeke shegeki shove pupuku. So something big is coming. So there's collective energy building, and a lot of us can feel that sometimes. And it
Mm-hmm.
can feel ominous because it's change in a really big way. And sometimes we see or perceive or sense the earth changes, right? So these hurricanes, as an example, it's like some of those folks had a premonition or a feeling or something's not right and chose to leave the area. Right? I'm sure that's true. So it's to listen. So where do you live? I just want to check where you live a little bit. So you can just tell me.
I'm in
City.
Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A fellow Canuck. So
Yes.
whereabouts are you by one of the Great Lakes? So I just need to get a little, because it's population dense around there. I just want to get a feel a little bit.
I'm sort of in between Erie and Lake Ontario. It's an hour either way to either of the Great Lakes. Yeah.
Okay, so lots of UFO activity along the Great Lakes.
Oh,
That's
I think so.
thing
Yeah.
That's comes from. Yeah. Okay, so with no, I just think you're going to step more into your power. I'm not seeing anything in that area that's odd or unusual. There's a lot of light workers working in that area. It's very, I mean, in terms of collaboration and earth changes and bringing new things in, where you are, that's a power spot. And so probably you're holding the light and anchoring that in there. That's really what it feels. It feels very powerfully true. So something big is coming. I think you're one of the ones at the cutting edge of us all shifting. I think you're on track, and just keep doing what you're doing. Stay grounded. Like really stay grounded. That's the best thing. I have to do this too because we're out there and it's all exciting and fun. And it's just stay grounded, because when things shift, and it could be more earth changes. It's us. It's us that that are going to keep our heads and be able to be strong in who we are to help. Right. So very important. This is a beautiful message for everybody on this call. If you're on this call, you're part of the team that's here to make that shift for the whole planet. Like right now, it's we can shift it for the planet in really big ways. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's just reassuring, yeah. So thank you very much, Donna. Thank you, Mosef.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Catherine. And also thank you, Donna, for
the
guidance. And Kate, can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Donna. I had a private with you, but I think after your very first show. So a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe. So I kind of have the same question, of course, as the previous. And I've done so much personal growth, and now I want to move that into income. Kind of, I don't know, like I'm going to be a private healer like you or other people, but I want to move the next step into using all my growth and interest into a different work.
Yes, that's a big yes. So if it would have been after my very first call, that would have been 2.5 years ago at least.
Wow.
So what was your name again? Let's see if we can tap back in.
Yeah, Kate.
Kate. So what would happen if you're too big? So here's another. So it's not that we're small and don't have gifts. It's that we're afraid of being powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. That's huge for you. That's huge for a lot of folks. Yeah. Right. So what if you step onto the world stage and everybody wants you? Everybody's interested, and because with this sense of power, of empoweredness, of having the ability to affect change on a big level, it's scary for a lot of folks, and especially. So this is a bit of a generalization, but men do this easier than women. Yeah. Men are willing to be the center of attention, right? Us women folk, not as much, right? It's just part of, so we can unravel some of that. But it's go time for you. You've got it going on. Let's just go do it. I'd say just go do it. Yeah. There's because the mind wants to put in all these caveats. This has to happen first and that. And it's really, you're ready. Just go do it. It may not feel comfortable It certainly wasn't for me at all, but that's where we get our courage from. So I did not too bad, even though I was really scared. Right?
Yeah.
It's sometimes we just have to go do it and then see what that experience is like. It's no big deal, really. It's in terms of the grander scheme of things, right? Because you go on and do bigger things after that, and after that, and after that, right? So, yeah, I support you. We all support you.
Yeah, just the it is always the it is in the ethers a lot of time. That to start what? To do it.
Oh, you said you were a healer.
No. Well, I
No?
am, but it's not clear. It's not like no. I mean, I am a healer, but it's not like I will start having clients to do anything like a private
Yeah.
practice.
But
More a
why?
lot.
But why?
I
That's what
don't
you try
know.
to figure out. Because it's like you're ready. It's your energy's there. It's bigger in life. It's so what's stopping you? Right? So we can
What's
speak
stopping
into
me
that so that it
is
comes to you.
to do what?
You're
Is
there.
to do what?
Right. So you're a healer. Every healer has to define for themselves how it is that they're going to present.
Okay.
Right. So what's your superpower? What's your strength? Go do that.
Yeah, that's the question.
So all this time that so all this time that you are a healer, what have you been doing? Right? How can you say you're a healer if you don't know what you're going to do? That's do you see the absurdity in that?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, so that's your big stuck point right there. Yeah. Yeah. That's right there. So for you, I would invite you to do a session with someone that feels right for you, right? To get you unstuck. Just say it's time for me to know. And
Right.
it comes back to this thing of, because so many of us, I was ready long before I was willing, right? So we have to be ready, willing, and able. Is part of that, right? So you know you're a healer, but you don't know what. That to me is
Well,
pick something, go do it, right?
well, yeah, I work with animals now. I work with abused animals, and
Well, there you go.
helping their owners do what I can do is one area.
Yeah, cool. So there you go. Animal communicator. You can do that. Anyway, it's I invite you to do a session with someone who will bring you a lot of clarity into that. It's like, because it hasn't translated as much as you would like into the physical. That's what I see going on. So then
Yeah,
your mind goes, oh, no, but that's not true. But it
that's
is, you're doing it. You just don't know that you're doing it because your mind is going, right? This is just me, right?
right.
I'm just an average Joe. And that's not true at all. It's like that's your superpower. Anyway,
Got it.
thank you for your question. And
Thank you.
in the group process, really hold that and say, I'll do whatever it takes to get through that level. But again, it comes back to just go do it. It's even if you don't know what to do, pick something, go do it. Right?
All right.
Start small, start now. Like, just be practical. Keep it simple. Let's pick up some cards. They're like $20 a deck. Do some readings for people for the heck of it. See what happens. Play with it. Do it. Just go do it. Nothing's going to happen if you're not willing to take any action. That's really true about all. There's so many gifted folks and who are, it's like, because it feels like you're not ready yet, but you've got all of it going on. So, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I see. So,
I'm doing it in my spare time.
Yeah. And I know it's like we do have a limited amount of time to work with people here, right? So,
Thank you. Yeah,
breakthrough for you in the group healing. Just say, I want a breakthrough.
Okay.
That's what we're here to do. break through everybody as much as possible. I'm
Thank
ready,
you.
willing, and open. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also thank you, Donna. And
You're welcome.
yeah, just want maybe quickly share, because comments on what you shared, sometimes it's like the first step, maybe it's not the one that we will keep doing, because like also for me personally, when I
True.
shifted from my job to my own service, I started with the podcasts and I kept doing that until I felt, yeah, I need to change. Like it was then when I started Your Divine Uniqueness, this show. But I had no idea I will be doing that. It was just, it showed up later after I started walking and that path. And when I felt like ready to shift, then yeah, the idea came.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just know we can't stay where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
It's like the first one is a preparation for the next one, and so on.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah.
in this whole thing, it's this I don't know. I had a client like that. I said, I think you do know. It's just you're hoodwinking yourself. Right? This I don't know isn't a truth, because we always know. That's a mental construct that we carry overlaying who we are. Right? So then
Yeah.
it becomes, okay, so mind doesn't know, but my heart knows. The truth of who I am knows, right? That's the divine knowing. And then we just move into that. I agree to move in. I agree to move forward, and then just go. Like we have to take action, like you did, right? And see what falls into place.
Yeah.
Because it will. Because life
yes.
is conspiring on our behalf, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And yeah, I just want to ask about the group process. Like, how long do you need for it? Just approximately.
I like to go at least 20 minutes.
Okay.
With this group, there's a lot of folks wanting clarity, and
Yeah.
there's also a lot of folks that want to clear out some of this past baggage. There's a lot of heaviness, and some of it is in the cellular memory of the body. So that sometimes that takes a little longer to shift. So, and we're going to do, I think, a lot of light language in this one, because people will attune back into their own soul frequency when we do a lot of light language. So those are the things I see for this group as well.
Yeah.
And then for anyone who, and I feel there's one more question, for anyone who weren't happy with my answer, we want to go deeper into that question for you, right? So everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone whose question we didn't get to today as well.
Yeah. Beautiful. So yeah, maybe now I feel maybe it's the right time to talk about the package, the 2 one-on-one sessions we are offering, and after that, if we have time, maybe we'll take one question and then we move to the group process.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
so I'm sharing the link on the chat boxes. It's I invite everyone to visit yourdivineuniqueness.com/Donna, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Donna, DONNA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description and the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. So yeah, Donna, I would love if you can tell us about these sessions.
Sure. Yeah. So I broke it up into 2. So we have a follow-up in about a week. So we do a first session. So the first session is usually around clarity, and also, clearing some of the things. I do soul retrievals. Sometimes we need to bring in more resources so that we can stand stronger in the body. I always work foundationally, and so that we work in the body. Foundation would be hips, lower back. We want to bring all of that energy, all the shift into the body and integrate it. And then when we do a follow-up, then we can see what the result is. and work more toward the specific goal that people are looking to create in their lives. So, and some of this has to do with the grief and loss. So the first stage, so that would be, you left a job that you loved because of X, Y, Z, all of this, or relationship, or you want to create something new. But the grief and loss, this is actual. We can process that in such a way that you can move forward beyond that, so that it's not affecting. So people who've had friends and family pass away, things like this, during COVID, things like this. So that can be just so that you feel better. Like, we have to feel good in order to move forward to create. So if you're still in that first stage of grief and loss and trying to make sense of things, these sessions can really help you propel out of that and into more of, just balance and harmony for folks who are moving forward and want to create. So I love working with soulmate energy. So there's also some specialties that I do. If you want to create that compelling business, if you want to really make a breakthrough so that you're starting to work with clients in a way that will, that feels right for you, or if you're willing to explore that in bigger ways, or if you're taking it to a next level, all of these things can be addressed. We do it in sacred space, working with your divine healing team. And so that can be the ascended masters. For some people, a lot of my work is, these are star seeds, and so we're connecting you back to your home world. That can be a really big source of empowerment for people not in their bodies, or for people that have left big chunks of themselves somewhere. Trauma especially will take people out of their body. We want to bring you back. This works very well for people who have like conditions, physical conditions in the body. We will partner with you and your medical team as well. So it's always important, if you have illness in the body, to work with your doctors, and then we can support you and work with you energetically toward your goal of better health. So there's lots of things. So because we're tapping into soul frequency, what's your soul codes? We can activate them. So part of, like, I'm a divine wisdom code activator. That sounds very airy-fairy. We all travel when we sleep, and I spend a lot of time in these wisdom temples, most recently in the Temple of Isis. And there's specific codes and teachings in those temples, but there's many others. There's a temple on Venus. But ultimately, it gives me the ability then is to see into the whole tapestry of your soul, where you are right now. And then we can access from a soul level. So we don't even go into the Akashic records on the astral. We can see on a soul level and clear it at that level. Right? So there's lots of different things we can do. And then we can get into interfering frequencies and technologies and different things, because AI and EMFs and cell phones, 5G, all of that has an effect. So we can clear that up with you. We also work in the location where you live. This one client of mine just couldn't stand where she lived. Always felt foreboding there. It was always anxious. She always felt anxious there. We cleared all that out. And when she went back, it was light. She was fine, right? So we want to look at where you live as well. That's a factor. That's not something I mentioned before. That is a factor for people. And sometimes we're not in the right place for what we want to do either. So there's lots of different ways to approach this. We always work with what's the most comfortable and works with the client, works for the client. I'm not bringing in some crazy kind of paradigm to put on top of you, and that you have to do it this way kind of thing. We work with what's comfortable, and we'll move you forward in the most effective way. Yeah. Over time, that's why 2 sessions. We want to do some big clearings, some shifts, and then we want to reevaluate and refocus back on your goal. Right? How do we make it happen? So second part is more about how to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And we have fun usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so there are lots of aspects of life that can be like approached during the sessions. And like from my own personal experience with you, I love the safe space that you hold, that you create, and then the clarity and healing that you provide regarding whatever arises and whatever is needed during that time. So it's yeah. So thank you very much, Donna.
Thank you.
Yeah, very grateful to you to share your time and your support with our audience. And again, everyone, you can sign up for these 2 one-on-one private sessions with Donna on the link youredivineuniqueness.com/Donna, youredivineuniqueness.com/Donna, DONNA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description and the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. And yeah, maybe we go directly to the group process, but just
Okay.
if possible, there is Ellen. She mentioned that she needs to clear from the mother line what keeps her stuck to go, if that can also be included in the group process.
So the group process will go with your intention.
Okay.
Right. So then that's for everybody. Your intention guides all of this. Right. So I'm feeling a lot of heat already. So we want to do a lot of clearing, I think, for this group as well, and a lot of activations. So we want to get into that joy bliss field, right? Where everything's exciting, even the most mundane things like going to the grocery store when it's very crowded. As we can hold that space, we can be in that place. We want everyone to have that experience. That's what's coming through. Yeah. So should we begin at this?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So everyone, if you can take some water, that will really help. And I will hydrate for the group. I'm actually going to drink some more water, so just give me a moment. People can start with breathing deep into the belly, in through the nose, deep into the belly, and then long, slow exhales out the mouth. Tonde kije embale kugogoeshe. Tondondoe pepu, popaku, popaku. Shigigi, 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 sholaleto. So we're also assisting the Earth Mother in this divine gathering. We invite all those who love us, support us, want to teach us, want to learn from us, want to play and dance and express with us. And especially we invite those who bring the gifts of our own understanding, of our own soul frequency and vibration. So, and in very practical ways. So holding your intention. So we'll take one more deep breath in through the nose, deep into the belly, then out through the mouth. Jomba marikere kukuji, hombe kuku, lo kukuji de gibe, tonda de gure de, lo lo lo. So you want to clear hesitation from your field. This is very important wherever that comes in. So all learned from others. So any hesitation, shombe gagulu, shombe gagu, shombe gagu, out. We allow that to dissolve out of our frequency. All right, so we open up our hand palms up. So we're calling in the beautiful many. We're calling in those divine masters that are at the frequency and vibration of 6th dimension or higher. We're calling in our soul family to support us on the inner planes, and we invite them to make contact with us on the outer, in our physical lives. So take a deep breath. Shogogoja nadikitidike, shongogojogogoe fifikuku, shongogoja nadikito dogogoe. We put the past in the past. So we take all of the learnings and experiences from from our life, from our lifetimes, all of who we are. So these are all past lives. Taking all the learnings from the genealogy, from all of our ancestors and all the things they did and accomplished in their lives. We dissolve all that no longer serves, and we clear everything that doesn't align with our own soul frequency. Shonpeki ki, shonpeki ki, shonpeki kui, shonkoku jododaku. So we start with your mother's lineage. So we start at very first occurrence of being stuck. Shinkiki shikaku, shonkoku, misguided, misdirection, disassociation, all of these things, whatever they mean, wherever they resonate in your fields. Now clearing, fading, falling away. Shonkuku shove, shikigi, shukukushu, shonadaki. The clearest, brightest light coming into those spaces. So clearing the back of the neck for all of you as we move through the ancestral lineage. The first reference point for most of you is the back of the head. I agree to do whatever it takes for my next step on my spiritual journey. Everything that doesn't allow that, I want to clear through all time, dimension, space, reality, parallel lifetimes, timelines, universes. We want to go in all languages, all blockages, known or unknown, named or unnamed. Going deep. Shonpeki ki, shonpeki ki, shonpeki ki, shonpeki ki, shonkuku. Sholere tu de goje, sholere tu gogoshe tu, shimpeki ki lere togege, shonkuku fe, shonpekukushe, shonpekukushe. I call my power back. I call my power back to me. Fugugo shomba de ti de ge, shonkuku shokugege, shonkukuve. So clearing any curses, any ancient rituals, any deceptions, manipulations, any agreements where you were lied to, tricked, manipulated, or coerced. So you and all those in the ancestral field, clearing now on all levels, clearing out of the cellular memory. We command it out. I am a powerful divine being. There we go, better. So clearing the solar plexus. Any associations, any connections, any karmic attachments falling away. So this could be past life. We now see these agreements complete, finished. We take all the learnings from all those experiences and allow them to be part of the wisdom we offer now to the world. All those places where we were used power over others, all those places where we controlled others. We, as in our ancestors, in our family line, we, as those folks we were with in our past lives. We are clearing all of this for the collective, from our own souls, our own bodies, our own frequencies, our own vibrations. We bring in the light and sound of oneness to attune back to that original blueprint of who you are. Shokokusho ebedeti turuge, shokushe dedeki dodogo shuve, tom beleti tom beleti tugigi, So everyone take a deep breath. So activating the third eye, opening the crown chakra, opening the throat chakra. Want to rebalance the throat area. Just do a quick rebalance, balancing the hips. Just want to do a quick integration here, and then we'll move forward again. So all those things that we have cleared from our ancestral lineage on the mother's side that were affecting our future, we're clearing all of that out now. And the connective point right here, right now, is through our heart chakra. Big deep breath. And for folks who would like to take more water, please do so. And I'm going to drink some more water as well. Activating the joy frequency in your fields. Yombedeki, 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 o gugugu shukuku ekiki. Olaretu o pepekekishonarete. Okay, big deep breath. Now we're going to clear the ancestral lineage on the father's side. Shombalereti, so any stuck, any I don't know, any I try, try hards. So we go back, 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 back. So clearing, attuning, aligning with your own soul frequency, the truth of who you are. We ask the beautiful many to hold that mirror of who you are through all these travels, through all these, this journey through the ancestral lineage. Showing each and every one of them the divine mirror of who they are as soul. Shombegegi, shombege kukusho vedeti, lompe, ombe, ombe. Lona la la lole, lola la la lole, lola la la lole. I am love, I am love. I am a spark of the eternal oneness. I am God's source creator incarnate. So clearing, aligning, and attuning to that. So activating your soul codes to be more in line with the wisdom of your heart. Connecting your third eye into your heart chakra. Connecting your crown into your heart chakra. Opening up your second and third chakras, clearing, aligning, balancing as we clear the genealogy. I am here, I am now, I am, taking all the learnings for processing. So we open up the brain to have unlimited storage of all the information. We're also bringing through all the goodness, all the gifts, all the resources that were held back, that were suppressed, that were covered. We bring all those in as well. So seeing, knowing, being, and experiencing all the gifts, all the joy frequencies, all the insights, all the expressions, all the creativity, all the curiosity, all the joy, all the love, all the laughter, all the play. So feeling, sensing, knowing that all of this generational patterning that is holding you back, that is keeping you stuck, is falling away. We're clearing the back, especially the upper back, everywhere where you shouldered the burden. So we're clearing burden. There we go, better. Lighter, feeling lighter. Activating again, more joy frequency. I am free to play. I am free to create. So everything that doesn't align with that is falling away. So clearing misery in all of its expressions. coming back into the physical body in ways. So it's an activation of our physical bodies. I bring all of who I am into all of who I am physically. Tuning into the innate wisdom of the physical body. There we go. Yongo goge shugugue pipi kiki, shungu gugu shuve onore tu, shungu gugu shititi da goe. I take little steps every day to move toward my goal. Everything that doesn't allow that. So again, we're going back to solar plexus, clearing any stuck energies, any injunctions. So any limited feelings and emotions. So anger, rage, sadness, fears, falling away, clearing them from the cellular memory of the body. So we're continuing with clearing the genealogy on the father's side. So all the places where we went down the wrong road. So the road that wasn't part of our agreement per our soul agreement is what they're saying. Right? So anywhere where ancestors diverted off the path for whatever reason. So any way that we are misguided, where our guidance system is off. So we want to recalibrate our guidance system to be true north, to be true to the the divineness of who we are. So we're also asking for a divine intervention. Okay, so there we go. Better. So clearing deep trauma in the ancestral line. Okay, so and then rebalancing the nervous system. Okay, good. So feeling so many people relax. So I give myself permission to enjoy my life. Anything that isn't in alignment with that, we're going to clear that through time, space, dimension, reality, parallel lifetimes, parallel timelines, parallel universes. So all that is seen and is of who we are, all is soul, is divine frequency. Any distortions, any misalignments, falling away. At this time, we're going to open up our psychic abilities. So working with the pineal and the pituitary, as well as the third eye, opening up and rebalancing the brain, opening the crown chakra. So we prepare our physical senses to receive clear, so clarity, clear information, bringing in guidance and support and information in ways that we can understand. So activating our dream state to bring us more harmony, joy, information, curiosity, excitement, activating and aligning again with our own soul codes. Shengegi Kuku, Shengegi Shogugu Shidigi Gogoladatu, Bombeke Gue Kukushe, Shombeke Guisho Nodatu Didushe. All right, so father's genealogy complete. Also, there's, for some of us, we've had stepfathers or stepmothers, so we just want to take a look at that a little bit and be a bit, just a little faster. We just want to clear some of that. Any parental influence that was misguided, that was not in alignment. When we work with the thymus and high heart, stronger boundaries. Work with the throat and larynx, clear communication. Throat and heart, heart communication. All the things I wish I would have said and didn't, all the things I said I wish I hadn't, clearing them out. So any regrets, clearing that out. Activating the knees, activating all 144,000 chakras. So activating our fields. So what will it take for you to move forward? What will it take? So we bring clarity to this question. Shungugugue shukuku shokukuje aladiti dirgoe. Shungugugu sheve kuku vevaladitube. Hombaladiti digige shugugu shogage. Shungugugue shukuku kukie. Lola la lole lo 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 lo. Lokaku shokugoe kukiki shikiki. Umbereku. Umbereku gugoe. Lokaku shokugoe. Clearing any personas, any false personalities, any ideals we hide behind. So opening to authenticity. Wangagege, wangakokoeshe, wakakueshokokoe, tetidirge. Right? Tonderikishokokoe, fufukukueshe. So we're going to do some soul retrievals. We're going to be bringing in all your strengths, your confidence, your abilities, integrate them more and more. So imagining that you're traveling through the universes, through the galaxies, through the cosmos, through the multiverses, gathering up all those soul fragments, every one of them. You see them as lights moving through all timelines, all dimensions, everywhere where you've been incarnated in a body as a human or other conscious intelligence, bringing all of that in that supports you in moving forward on your soul agreement for this lifetime. Gathering them all up. So seeing them come through, we're going to bring them into a beautiful pyramid of light, capstone activated. And so seeing them enter into this pyramid to be healed, flushed of any discordant energies, empowered, seeing them all healed, attuned, aligned, take all the learnings from all of those lifetimes, from all of those experiences to be part of your own soul code. So we're strengthening your soul codes. And then see these beautiful aspects of yourself coming back into your field. So you can hold out your hands, palms up. We bring these soul fragments into your hands. They may wish to come back into your third eye, or thymus, high heart, upper chest, into your heart chakra, or into all areas of your body as they are comfortable. So we're now clearing space within your fields to bring back these harmonized It's clarity, parts of who you are. So I invite them home to me. So take a deep breath as we clear and integrate. Lo la le kogege, lo le la lo, lo le de ki de gi shikuku, donde do koge, donde do kokoge shikiki, shonde de kugege shoda de tu. Well, take a deep breath, balance, harmonize. Shonde de kokoge, lo le la la loe, don tanta de kokoge shikuku. Ooh, and big deep breath again. So we just give you a moment to sit. It's okay to just sit and be for a moment. Bringing in clarity, bigger understanding, bigger gifts, more confidence, more curiosity, more excitement, more options, more fun. Bugago let it go. Shongogoe kukishi, shongogoe shogogoe tutu. So now we celebrate all the changes we've made. So as you sit quietly, imagine you hear off in the distance an orchestra tuning up. And then as you tune into the music, it gets louder. So you hear it more and more. It's the music of the spheres. And we're loving that beat. Our bodies are harmonizing to that music. It's feeling good. So we begin to feel like we want to dance. And there's a bunch of dancers with them, inviting us into a circle to celebrate our lives. And within that circle are all the new experiences, all the gifts, all the divine healings, all the wisdom. And we're dancing it into the truth of our physical lives. We're dancing it into our futures for divine expression. So you may wish to tap your foot. You may wish to bob your head to the music, to the beat that you can feel. This music is for you. This is the song of your soul. This is the beat of your soul. This is you in harmony. This is what you are bringing into your future. So enjoy it. Feel that divine harmony. Hear it. Allow your body to experience a new beat, a new rhythm, a new resonance. So we balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. We balance the body. We balance the body energies to move forward. So we see our paths opening up. We see all of this beautiful, uplifting beat, rhythm, harmony, resonance that is our own soul codes. These musicians are playing our song. This is for us. We're loving it. We love playing in it. So then we'll clear the crown chakra. Big deep breath. So now the orchestra, so the players, the musicians are now, it's time to wind down. So there's little beings, there's little angels, there's little fairies, there's little beautiful beings. You know them, you recognize them. They're coming to you and giving you flowers, giving you roses, daisies, beautiful flowers, beautiful scents. So they're offering them to you. You may wish to take them in a basket, or you may wish to leave them in your field. These are divine reminders of the joy and especially the rhythm, the harmony, the flow of your own soul codes into your physicalness. So take a deep breath. So we see the musicians now packing up their instruments. These beautiful beings, these beautiful angels are now going back to what they were doing before, helping others, serving others, playing with others. No, they will always be there with you. The musicians will always be willing to come and play with you, dance with you, knowing that it's all there for you. So take a deep breath. So we're coming back into our body now. So feeling our bodies attuned, aligned, harmonized, feeling upbeat, feeling lighter. So wiggling our fingers and our toes, becoming more and more aware of the sound of my voice, aware of your breath at the tip of your nose coming into this now moment. Opening your eyes, aware of your surroundings. Completely here, completely now. And we thank you for journeying with us and playing with us. And we send our blessings. We send our love. Namaste. Yogugugu Eshikiki. We invite you back. Shogugu Shogugu Alede Tudege. Tonde Onde Ongogugu Shoguge.
Thank you very much, Donna.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's very calming. It was very deep, like with the clearance.
Yes.
And the light codes that you facilitated. So thank you so much for that experience. And yeah, everyone, we'd love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat boxes. And Vivian, thank you, Donna. Love the music and enjoy soul dancing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaibhavi, thank you for a wonderful healing session, Donna. Tanya
You're
shared
welcome.
thank you with the heart and the smiley. Mary on YouTube shared thank you. And Kathleen also on YouTube. I feel like I just had a vacation.
Nice. Aw, yay.
Yeah. Catherine, oh Donna, I saw myself on the top of a hill, grasses swirling in the wind, free and windswept. Then I saw the next step on a painting I have been stuck on.
Nice. That's
Very
awesome.
beautiful. Ellen, wonderful fun and music and movements. Kate, very deep clearing and heat still in my throat. I love Zydeco and New Orleans. I was there.
No, I love that.
Tanya on YouTube. Wow, Donna, so beautiful. Agree with myself, very deep. Felt the releases and the joy. And Linda on YouTube as well. Beautiful. Thank you. Love and gratitude.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have more coming. Susan, thank you, Donna. That was really incredible and deep. Much love, Sue. Carol,
You're welcome.
wow, beautiful. Thank you, Donna. Pippa, thank you. That was so uplifting and feeling the joy. And love
Oh,
the divine mirror. Thank you.
beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
It's lovely. So
And
one last little piece
yes,
is for everyone to take all that beautiful energy and send it out to friends and family and into the collective, that anyone that wants to get unblocked and take their next step on their journey, that it be available to them as well. So we want to share this with everyone, so that they will have that opportunity when it's their time, in their divine right timing. Yeah. So we are the gifts. We are the gifts. We're the ones that are helping with this ascension, right? So, yeah.
yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, Donna. Very grateful to you for for everything you
My
shared
pleasure.
today. The powerful group session you just did, and all the inspiration you shared, the support you offered to you shared with our callers. So yeah, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Yeah. It's always lovely to spend time with you guys.
Yeah, beautiful. And also everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, co-creating with us this wonderful experience. It was really, really amazing. And thank you for the questions, the comments, the energies. And yeah, so just a reminder, you can sign up for the 2 one-on-one private sessions with Donna on the link youredivineuniqueness.com/Donna, youredivineuniqueness.com/Donna, DONNA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page, and the link also on YouTube video description and the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. And yeah, so with that, everyone, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next call. Bye bye, everyone.